What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Lille Save on Football Manager 2022. I believe we're on episode 7 now. We are going to start off here by going into the fixtures and giving you an update of where we're at and the results that we gained in them games. So I think I finished with you last episode on the Lyon game where we drew 1-0, unfortunately with that goal from Shaqiri that ruined the 1-0 lead. But we had a cup game soon after, which we won 2-1. Mangala and Gomes getting the goals in that one. We switched the team around, rested some players, and played a few players at borderline first team, and to get some fitness that way. And we won the game 2-1. We then went away to Bordeaux, and unfortunately we did lose to a 79th minute goal. They are quite high up in the league, I believe. So I just checked that. Oh, they're 11th. Okay, they dropped off from earlier on in the season. But yeah, they're a decent team in this league, so unfortunately we couldn't get the result there. We then went to PSG in the next round of the cup, and obviously you don't want to draw them this early. And unfortunately, a goal from Neymar and Mbappe, 2 first half goals, and meant that we couldn't get the win there. So we did go out in the cup, unfortunately, and that was a vision that they wanted us to get to the quarterfinals. Couldn't do that for them, but we did play the best team in France, so not too bad. And kind of expected, really. We've then won 3 games in a row in the league, which is brilliant. We won 2-1, where we've got Icone and Yatsi getting the goals. We've then kept 2 back-to-back clean sheets, and that's a big thing to the fact that we've added to our defence, which I'll show you in a second, who we've brought in. We won 4-0 at Marseille. Alvarez getting 4 goals, and David getting sent off in the last minute of the game. But by the time he gets sent off, the game was over. And fantastic. This guy is coming on really, really strong. Now up to being worth 40 million plus, and it's a 4.5-star player. And he is an absolute belter of a signing for 5 million that we picked up at the start. Again, another goal from Alvarez against Brest. Only a 1-0 win, but it's nice to see that we are now keeping clean sheets. I don't think we've actually kept a clean sheet in the league at all season up until that game. I don't think. Might be wrong, but I don't think we did. So now we're starting to get clean sheets. Hopefully we can push on in the second half of the season and actually finish in that top 3. That's the idea. Then we get Champions League football again next year with some more money and build on this team, which I feel like I've done really well in January. We've got some players out, a lot of deadwood, a couple of players that are soon out of contract and brought in fees for them. So we've done well there in a sense, but I'll show you in a second. Obviously we'll go into the PSG game today. Again, it's not going to be an easy game, probably one that we might lose. But if we can gain 3 points against them, it will be an excellent 3 points. If we do so, but I like the look of the games we have left in this season. I think we've got a nice little run in apart from the last sort of 3 games, which hopefully by then we'll be in a decent position. And it's actually teams that will be fighting for the top places, so we can pick up results down the bottom end, which should be looking good. And as you can probably see, in the first knockout round, we have got Borussia Dortmund. I'm not too sure where they expect us to get in this. It just says be competitive, so they weren't expecting us to get through. So whatever we do here is going to be good. At this point at the moment that we haven't qualified for the Euro Cup, which is impossible because the season hasn't finished yet, and obviously failed to beat the quarterfinals. But finishing top 3, we get that. Well, in fact, top 6 we get that because that's only Europa League, and I think we're only just potentially just out of it. No, we're actually in it, which is interesting because we're doing what was asked, but maybe they want us to finish a little bit higher up in these tables. I'm not too sure. If you look at the season preview, where did they bid it to us? They said for us to finish 5th, which I think is realistic. Look at that, PSG dominant absolutely everywhere apart from Justin Kluivert on that left-hand side. Alvarez is rated one of the best players in the league now, though, so very, very good there. We need to look out for more players like that we can bring in that is going to be on the cheap but become superstars. So in terms of the signings I just mentioned, we go into history here. I'll go for the outs first just because then you can understand how we got the money for the players. We had Ika, I think his name is. I think the X is silent. He went to Wolves for 800k. He was out of the contract in the summer. They agreed a pre-contract, and I said to them, do you want them now? And they said yes. So they gave us a fee of 800k, so it's an extra bit of money to add into the budget, which comes in handy later on. Ramit has gone out on loan. He's just a youngster that wasn't very good. Obviously, we brought in Vajeco start of the season over here for 800k, and we sold him for 6.75 million. He didn't do all that great for us really. He played 11 games. He kind of played here and there, but he wasn't amazing. So to get a decent fee for him really helped enable me to do some of the transfers. Yilmaz, he's gone out on loan. Out on a cheap deal of 200k. Again, making profit on him because he came in a couple of summers ago. Did alright for us, 5 goals in 11 games, but he's getting to the point now where he's 36 and he was going to leave in the summer anyway, so it's fine. And then we've got a couple of loanees here, which don't really need to worry about. They're just youngsters going out to some different clubs. Interesting that Nice are picking up some of their youngsters on loan, but they're a good club in the league, so if they get some games from, great, because then we can use that money to use them players in the future. And then a couple of other extra ones down here, and there was a couple of other bigger ones that went out. So we let Fonte go. He's out of contract in the summer, so we let him go for a small fee, and he was on quite big wages, so letting him go was nice. Diallo again down here. He was someone I was thinking about in the future, but he's someone that's actually going to stay there. He's actually someone that's going to go. 500k as well, picked up there. And the big one for the summer is Renato Sanchez going to Newcastle for 25 million. He wanted to go, tried to get as much as we could out of him. His contract's up reasonably soon as well, so getting some money for him is nice. Gabriel Gamuderson, he didn't really play for us that much. I think he only got 1 game for us. We did bring him in for 5 million in this before I joined, but he just wasn't good enough for the players we had available to us, and he just hasn't played, so we get rid of him. So yeah, a lot of transfers out, bringing in 84 million there. Obviously, that's with some of the transfers over up here that they sold before I joined. And then we've spent 44 million. Now, let's go into this. So I'll explain each transfer. So we brought in the loan Churchy. He's meant to be a massive talent in France. He's on loan from us from Lyon. We managed to get him on loan with a future fee of 15 million. I think I might take that up at some point. His potential is massive. He's 18 years old and he can play cam, or he can play on that left-hand side. So he's a nice option, which I think I will take up because for 15 million, even if he doesn't play all that much in the future, we're definitely going to make more of that. We then got this is the first left back I picked up because I realised our defence was pretty poor and we were letting in a lot of goals. And Badrek is a young player who's not developed the way I wanted to really. He's still got a lot of potential, but I thought we were getting some first team left backs. So we picked up this guy from Milan. His name is Fode Bialo Torre. He signed for him last summer from Monaco. He's only played 1 game for him, which he did really well in actually. But we brought him in here, and he's been away with Mali, so we haven't actually played him yet. But he's a nice backup to our main left back, Luca Pellegrini. I'm sure some of you guys will know who this guy is. He's one of the first signings I think a lot of people make. They need a left back. Brought him from Juventus for about 12.5 million. Top talent in Italy, and he's got some lovely stats. So he's really improved that left hand side, which we were struggling to find players for. Our replacement for Renato Sanchez is Mark Roca. He's coming from Bayern Munich. He's a decent player. He hasn't played much for Bayern. They brought him in for 8 million, and we brought him in for 5. So we made a nice little signing there, and he's now worth up to 18 million and has some good stats in all areas. Really, he's going to be playing our deep line playmaking role. We didn't need a centre back because we got rid of 2 or 3, so we brought in Reuben Sonado. He's the guy from Olympiacos, if you didn't know, and we brought him in for 6 million. He's 27 years old and has great mentals here. Look at that, like aggression, bravery, composure, natural fitness and strength, all above 16, 17. So really impressed with how that is, and his tackling there at 16 is very nice as well. Then we also brought in another keeper. I know we brought in quite a few keepers in this first season, but the keeper that we have currently, he's going to be going out. He's actually only on loan, so at the end of the season we'll have our 3 keepers, and this guy is one for the future, and I think someone that I'll stick with next season so that he reaches his full potential. We brought him in from Tottenham on a £1.7 million deal, and had a bit of spare money, so I thought I would do that, save us some transfers to do in the summer, and I'll play him here and there just to make sure that he gets a few games. Something I need to do actually is just allow some of these players that are on the fringes. So we brought a couple of our youth players up. So Luke Clites, he came up from the B team, and so did There was another player in here. I think he may have gone out on loan now, though. Yeah, I think he did. I think it's like a French CDM. But some of the players that are kind of not playing consistently all the time, we'll let them play for the under 20s or B teams, I think it is. So yeah, for the B team, we'll make them available for 90 minutes. Stuff like that. Players that aren't playing that much. So Pedro Diaz is probably one of them as well. But yeah, we'll do that off camera. And then we've got PSG today. Obviously, it's a league game as well, so we can get some points. We're not too far off. We're only 3 points off second, so get a result and a couple of things lose around us, we will be in a nice position there. So yeah, I'm not too sure if I want to change anything here. I think I'm all good in that sense. I kind of want to put Mark Rocket in, and I want to put Yatsi at Cam and David on the bench. David's, I'm trying to use him as a striker now, as a backup to Alvarez. So he's getting less game time. When he's coming on, he's going to be going up front and making sure that he is the ideal substitute for the area. And then any time we have any injuries on the left and right side of midfield, comes in for Icone or Bamba. And yeah, we're looking solid there. When we run lately, let's go out there and press me, I'll say. Players need to adapt. Certainly not complaining. Scoring is what matters. And we'll go into this against PSG, who have a fantastic team out. Donnarumma, Mendes, Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Ramos, Paredes, Verratti, Wijnaldum, Mbappe, Neymar and Messi. And they have a corner straight away, and they nearly scored straight away. So, interesting start here. But Alvarez has got a little bit of counter-attack here. And he's dragged the PSG defence out, going to the corner flag. Can he do anything here? He's won himself a throw-in, which is great because he got us up the pitch there. And that's ideal. I think this will be near enough our first team now moving forward. I think the only player might come out is Mangala, and Botman will come in there. And then other than that, I think we're kind of okay. We've actually gone up to 5th already because Monaco are losing by the looks of things. Oh no, it's not that. It's that we played our game early. So we've gained an extra point with our high goal difference. We've actually pushed up the league there, which is nice. The players are doing alright here. Nothing really happening in the game, so we're dropping in courage and hope that we can get on top of PSG early on. But it does look like they're going to be runaway leaders this year, and probably for the next few years, unless we can really put a bit of a challenge on them next season. And I'm starting to feel now that we've improved our defence. We probably could do with one more big centre back, which I think is a lot where the money's going to go next season. Unless we can bring in Churchy, who's the youngster from Lyon, which we may take up that optional deal. But other than that, I don't think we need to do too much, and potentially maybe a centre midfielder that's a bit more creative than these two. They're pretty defensive, which is not a problem. It's not a problem at all. And we can put Yusuf down there should we play maybe a team that aren't as high up the league and we want to create opportunities. He can come in and probably replace Rocker for that role, and then we can put someone like David or something in there. But yeah, that will work really, really well for us. Now, nothing's happening in this first half, so you never know. We might, if we can hold out long enough in this game, I'd like to think we'll get an opportunity to score a goal, and that we'll take it. Especially with Alvarez up front, I feel like we've got a good opportunity to be able to do that because he is on fire at the moment. So you'd like to think that any opportunity, he'll snap that opportunity up. I'm going to go into half time here, and looking very nice indeed. So I'm now going to tell the boys to get some shots away because we haven't really had any yet. I don't even think we've had one. We've had 11 shots, but we need to put one of them away. Big time, because it's not often you get this many shots against PSG. And I'm surprised I actually haven't signed anyone really. Obviously, the players that came in the summer before the game, this season started on FM. Ramos and Messi and that, but they haven't spent any money. Oh, and it's beautiful. Reuben Sonado, our transfer window centre back. It's come in. He scored a goal from corner. And that's exactly what Jose Font was doing. Also, be able to sell him. Looks like we've picked up the perfect replacement here. And we've gone flying up to second now, which is very nice. Obviously, we've played a game in hand around the teams around us. But if we could be beating PSG and now starting to do that consistently, there's no reason why we can't, push on and compete with them at the top of the league. So that's really, really nice. Really impressed there, actually, that we've managed to get ahead here. Things are looking up, guys. Obviously, we had that bit of worry at the beginning, but I think you have that with every save. You're just trying to work out a tactic. You're trying to work out the players that are good, players that are bad. Done some good business in January, and we started to get a bit of a run going. Fortunately, we couldn't stand a cup, but everything else is looking nice here. Looks like they've brought on Garner Gay in that midfield to steady some things up. I don't really want to change too much here. I'm going to bring off Pellegrini because he's on a yellow and bring on Ballo Torre to give for his debut. And we're bringing on Timothy Weah there for Icone on that right hand side of midfield, just to freshen up a bit of pace. But we'll leave the rest as it is, I think. So we're looking decent here. Holding on. Hopefully they've switched around and put Mbappe up front and put Neymar out wide now. Interesting. And I think they brought on Ander Herrera as well in that midfield position. But as time ticks by, not much is happening for PSG. They'll get a chance, but we just got to hope that our goalkeeper's on top form to save it. Gonna do I freshen stuff up in midfield? Let's bring on Diaz for Roca just to freshen up that midfield a little bit, and we'll bring on Jonathan David as well for Yahtzee. And hope that these substitutions slow, get down the game a lot, and if we can pick up a 1-0 win at PSG, it's never easy to do that. So if we can, it's going to be fantastic for us. Time seems to tick by so slowly when it's like this. They switched to a 4-1-2-1-2, with Mbappe, Neymar and Messi up front, and they brought in Pellegrini for Wijnaldum. Time is ticking by nicely here, and we've had 19 shots in this game, and 9 on target, so Donnarumma has been saving them really. We've only had one real key highlight, which is that corner that came in, and Sonado headed it into the net. So fantastic from the boys here so far, and this is massive for our morale if we can beat the best team in France. Heading over to the 90+4 minute now, and I'll be buzzing if we can pull this off. So close now. Countdown is on. Looks like we're going to do it. It's 94th minute, and we deserve the win, the commentary said. So we played really, really well there. The boys have done the business. Congratulations. Great balling from Yahtzee from the corner, and a great header from Sonado is enough to get us the win and the clean sheet. So that's 3 clean sheets in a row. Winning all them games. All the boys look inspired and really happy and motivated, which is fantastic. It's an absolute miracle, and we've kept out Mbappe, Neymar and Messi. Incredible scenes, incredible. Well done, Reuben Sonado. Very impressed with him. Looks like a bit of a bargain buy now. I wonder if he's gone up in value from that. He's up to 18.5 and we brought him in for 6, so we're making money on these moves. It's really nice because only 27. It's very decent. Really happy with that, boys. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode today, please do drop a like, please do subscribe for everyday content coming out at 2 o'clock every day. Please do subscribe, please do like, enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.